Hello, YouTube friends! How's everybody doing today? Well, I have tried to make this video 3 times, and I think that this time around I'm going to get all of my points hit that I want to hit on this video. So today I'm going to start this video off with asking a question. What is minimalism? And I can hear you all right now. You're going, oh my gosh, not another one of these videos talking about minimalism and how I have to sell all of my worldly possessions, move into a cardboard box, and eat freeze-dried food for the rest of my life. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that, and I'm not even going to go there. So that's not how I would ever live. I would ever live my life, and I would never expect you to or anybody else. So it's not going to be about that. What is minimalism? You know, I think that minimalism, to me, it begins with asking yourself the question, why do I need this thing, this possession, this house, this boat? Why do I need it, and what purpose is it serving me in my life? And then the other segue question to that is there a better way of accomplishing this? Is there a better way to, for in the example of a house, is there a better way to accomplish this? Is there a better way? What other ways can I have shelter for myself? I mean, that's what a house is, right? It's shelter. Okay, that's in plain Jane format. That is what a house is. It's shelter for yourself. What other ways can I do this? What other ways can I achieve this? What other ways can I do this that it's going to benefit me, benefit my health, benefit me financially, allowing me to be able to preserve more of my wealth and more of my financial resources, so that will enable me more freedom into my future, To me, minimalism, it begins with asking yourself those questions. Am I a minimalist now? I think that is the direction that I have gone in my life. I have gone in that direction, yes. I don't think that I'm a full-on gung-ho minimalist, but I have taken stock of my material possessions, and I've asked myself those questions that I just told you, and I've been able to get to where I am right now through that whole process of really figuring out why do I have this, and where is it taking me in my life? Is it really taking me where I want to go? Is it helping me, or is it just slowing me down? Is it just sucking, financial resources out of me? Is it sucking time out of my life? Is it draining me, physically, mentally, psychologically, And I think that in order to really get the basis of the foundation of minimalism, you really got to go through that process. I used to really be the exact opposite of being a minimalist, I used to think, hey, it's go big or it's go home, like I said, in the previous videos, I've had material possessions up the yin yang. I've owned 2 houses in my life. I'm in my mid to upper 30s right now, and I've done all the things that they tell you to do. I've done the the script, you know, if you will. I've bought in the houses and done this and done that, and you know, and stuff, and you know, and you know, looking back, you know, it's you know, they all have their advantages and disadvantages, you know. Did a house enable me to, you know, become more wealthy? Did having two houses? Yes and no. You know, my first house, you know, I bought in 2002, and I sold it in the mid-end of 2007, right before the big 2008 downturn happened, and I was getting some of my predictions and my forecasts that were telling me, giving me signs to sell, and that's what I did. I sold my house then, and I made a decent profit on it, but I had a lot of debt on it, and I definitely broke even, and I made a few, you know, was able to put a few extra in the bank, you know. But, you know, during that era, you know, of the real estate market, everything was speculation. Everything was speculation, you know. A house is never going to be an asset. It's unless it's putting cash into your pocket, you know, monthly, you know, then it could be considered an asset. It could be at that point considered an investment. But houses generally, they take money, you know, out of your pocket monthly, taxes, maintenance, you know, and those things generally, you know, go up. Taxes typically go up. So minimalism, you know, I'm just bringing some of these things up, telling you a little bit more about, you know, my story and kind of where, you know, some things where I came from, and, you know, some examples, some context that I can speak from, you know. So, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, minimalism, you know, I've talked about, a little bit, you know, about houses and stuff, and how, you know, markets and stuff go up, markets go down. A lot of the market is, like I said, a lot of things are typically speculation, you know, and it was a lot of luck, you know. I think that I got lucky, you know. The last property that I was in, I was only in that for a couple of years. I bought that one in 2011, and then I had sold it last year, and I broke even on it, you know, made a couple extra grand. Nothing spectacular, but then again, the markets were there at the time I sold. The market was, you know, quote unquote hot, and there were plentiful buyers in the market, you know, looking for properties. So I kind of want to talk a little bit differently here, you know, minimalism here, and I'm gonna give you what I'm about to talk about right now. This is purely my opinion. And, you know, and I'm just gonna, you know, this is gonna be just my opinion. And I personally, you know, on the subject of minimalism, I think that in today's world, today's crazy economic environment that we live in right now, I think that in order to survive and thrive in today, I really do believe that you've got to really think like a minimalist. You really have to go minimalistic right now, you know, and that's just something that I really believe, you know. And with the amount of debt right now that this country has racked up and is continuing to rack up, and basically peddling it down the road, you know, not actually dealing with it, and then the amount of you know, money printing that's been going on right now, you know, there's just a lot of uncertainties, a lot of economic uncertainty, and I really don't believe that this environment is gonna continue to go on forever. I really do believe that something is going to happen, you know, something major and catastrophic. You know, I don't know when. I am not a doomer. I'm a realist. and I don't want this video to be this video is not a political video. It's not, it's not, I'm not going to go into all that. I'm just talking about some facts that I see and I have seen over the last few years, and ever since the 2008 downturn, there's been some major radical shifts going on, and our leaders, our political leaders and big influencers in our society, all they keep telling us is just, it's okay, just keep going into debt, keep borrowing more debt, and everything's going to be okay. Just keep on doing what you've been doing, And personally, I don't think that is wise. I think you need to do the exact opposite. So minimalism can really give you a level of safety and a level of comfort in a very uncertain, economic environment. So from speaking in that context, I think, and what I mean by this is, minimalism is, it's eliminating, all of your debts and paying cash for everything, and, living in an RV, can really, can be a vehicle, can be a way that you can do that and live a very stress-free, debt-free life where, you aren't at the mercy of the financial markets, such as, being, in home ownership and everything, and, all of the things that go along with that, I'm not saying life is perfect, with RV, but I'm just saying that it allows you to hedge your risks, in the markets, I believe a lot better than being tied into all that stuff. I still have 401k and stuff I still have a 401k going and, that kind of stuff. And, so anyways, I've talked a bit about some of those things that really concern me right now. But I used to really, be in the go big or go home boat. I used to like the big things and the big houses and all that kind of stuff. And I've really I've really changed here over the last few years. I've just gotten more educated and about a lot of things, and like I said, I've just seen the changes that have happened, that have that just make living a minimalistic life, it's really the better option. It's a better option for me. I can feel more comfortable, and I can just quite simply be happy, that plan, I see that plan as one that works well, versus the other plan, So I think that's kind of, minimalism, and then of course, talking more about on the spectrum of how can I do things better, and how can I improve the way that I currently do things, there's a blog that I really like a lot, and it's an unconventional blog. It's very popular, and that blog is called Mr. Money Mustache. If you haven't heard of it or never checked it out, I recommend, if you're interested in minimalism, you should really check it out. It's got he has some great ideas and some great thinking behind a lot of these things. He's a big one on bicycling and stuff, and using your bicycle to get around and stuff rather than using your cars. And he's got a lot of funny dialogue. He calls people that fire up their 10,000-pound vehicles and go a mile to the grocery store to get stuff or whatever, and when they can just jump on their bicycle and go to the grocery store and do that. So I think minimalism, to me, it's certainly, it's all about just living a healthier, a happier life, and being able to conserve and preserve your wealth and your financial resources so that it enables you more freedom, in your life. And to me, that's what the whole focus of minimalism is. So I've given a few suggestions, a few examples of some things. I certainly I haven't covered everything within this topic of minimalism. If anything, I've just wanted to engage you in asking yourself some questions, and to getting, to figuring out your own personal situation, and what maybe some things that you might want to consider in simplifying and becoming more minimalistic in your life. If you have some other ideas on this topic, please comment below, and let's keep this discussion going. Until next time, take care, YouTube. Have an awesome day.